Hey everyone, talking about Lyric for Men by Amouage. As I've mentioned on my channel before, I'm not a big fan of Amouage. It's not that I think they don't smell good quality, they absolutely do. They do smell refined and expensive. It's more just about my taste that I don't typically like those kind of fancier, regal-leaning fragrances, and they just don't kind of go with my vibe as much. But this is, for my taste, even one of the better ones I've smelled by them. So the notes in this are bergamot, lime, rose, angelica, orange blossom, green galbanum, as opposed to, I don't know what other color galbanum would be, spicy ginger, nutmeg, saffron, pine, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, and frankincense. So this is kind of really talked about as a masculine rose fragrance for people who want a masculine fragrance but do like the note of rose. It does have rose, yes, definitely very strong. And it does have a masculine lean, but this is still very unisex to me. I think this easily could have been marketed as unisex. There's no reason that anyone would necessarily smell this and automatically think, oh, that's a men's fragrance. So if you are a man or a masculine presenting person and you like the idea of a rose as long as it's masculine, that's still fine. It's also like no one's going to think it's feminine. But point being, if you don't, it's also fine. So at the beginning, you definitely get this kind of clean lime rose type of accord that's very soapy, fresh, but not as stuffy as that might sound, especially coming from someone like Amouage compared to some of their usual fare. It's just very clean, fresh, very green, but not bitter, not green in some kind of like shower gel freshy type of way, even in an upscale way, not at all. And as it continues, it's definitely not linear, but it doesn't necessarily change drastically. It kind of distills further into the essence of it by the time of the dry down. So you're getting kind of a soapy, clean rose. It's a little bit more smoky and vanillic in the dry down. There's never a time when it doesn't smell soapy and fresh, basically, to me. The cost for 100 ml is $3.40. I will give Amouage credit here and say that I don't think that's completely unfair. This smells unique. It smells expensive, very well blended, high quality ingredients. And it can be hard to find a fragrance like this sometimes that has that really soapy, fresh, clean smell without either being like sort of on the cheapy side or on the other end smelling like Fucking Fabulous by Tom Ford, or one of those kinds that almost has like that baby wipes or like overly lavendery soapy type of thing. So I think this would be good for anybody who likes a fragrance that kind of feels fancy and regal but still fresh and clean at the same time. Don't try it if you hate rose, but you also don't have to love rose. This isn't going to be like one of those Chloe Eau de Parfum or one of those kind of designer rose scents where the rose is so typical, I guess, or cloying or feminine leaning as mentioned. This isn't that. There's definitely some nice kind of smoke in it, and again, just kind of exceptionally well blended. Nothing besides sort of the general fresh feel stands out too much. And I think that it's nice the way that they've incorporated a little bit of incense and ginger in here. And yeah, it's still not my type of fragrance, but I actually do like it, and I would recommend checking it out again if you want something that feels kind of fancy and royal, but still has a very fresh and clean and green edge to it. I will put a link in the description where you can get a bottle or a sample for $4.